So what were your goals for the lesson? How does it tie with what the students are supposed to learn and what they've learned in the curriculum so far?
So the goal of the lesson was to do conversions, so centimeters to meters and meters to centimeters. And then something I've been working on, I guess, just in general, is making sure that the kids are working independently when they need help on something. So learning to ask a friend 3 before me, or learning to move on to another problem if they're stuck, instead of just sitting and waiting for me to help them if I'm busy helping another student. Yeah, but this was the first in a series of conversion lessons, so just the idea of what a conversion is and how to do it.
How are you going to assess their ability, not just to convert centimeters to meters, but their ability to work independently? What are you looking for?
I guess a big thing that I'm looking for is productive noise. We try to differentiate between productive noise and noise. So productive noise would be I'm stuck, so I'm asking a friend for help, or I'm stuck and I'm getting out of my seat to get help, rather than I'm stuck, so I'm going to sit and talk to a friend and get off task. So I've been trying to monitor that, and then I'm trying to get feedback from the kids and have them monitor themselves. So I've been doing check-ins during the lessons to have them decide whether they're making productive noise or whether they're just doing noise.
Okay. How would you determine that them working independently is successful? What are you going to use to assess that?
I am planning on doing a ticket out the door, just 4 questions that I can score out of 4. And then I also am more of a informal assessment, as I check their workbooks before they are able to move on to our challenge or bonus. They have to check in with me, and I kind of skim to make sure they're on the right track. And if not, then they go back and fix their mistakes, or I help them with problems they're having trouble with before they move on to the next part of the lesson.
Okay. So if I were to look for that, it would be them being on task and asking for help. So what managements, so I'm going to look specifically at management skills, just looking at this question here. Okay, so what kind of strategies are you using? How did you make those decisions? How did you promote critical thinking and classroom management in this lesson? How are you going to promote the independent working or establish that? Or how have you?
I guess I'm trying to front load behavior and performance expectations, and I'm trying to have the kids self-assess, which is I'm big on the we're doing well, we're doing okay, we're doing not so well. And then a good question I ask is, if we're here, how can we get to here? And I have them check in with members of their group. I have them set behavior goals, and then I check in with them throughout the lesson. And yeah, I guess for how they're doing on their work, I'm big on stopping during lessons and having them check on their own work and checking their understanding and asking for help if they need it. So I guess I'm working on prompting them and asking for help and making sure that things are on track. And if they feel like they're starting to get off track, then I'm trying to have them self-assess and decide what they need to do to get on track, whether that's noise canceling headphones, asking a buddy for help, manipulatives, taking a break outside. So I'm trying to help them become more independent and deciding what they need for themselves, and then what steps they can take in order to reach that, whether that's asking me for support, asking a classmate for support, or just taking a moment to pause and reevaluate.
Okay. So really, when I'm watching your lesson, you want me to look for independent learning more so than understanding of conversions. Okay. And on terms of, move down here to your last